Hi, everybody, Jonathan here, and lately I've gotten a lot of questions on personal training insurance. So in this video, I'm going to go over personal training insurance, where to find it, and things to look for in your policy. Now, personal training insurance is a relatively inexpensive thing to have as a personal trainer, especially if you're looking to venture off, do some of your own work as an independent contractor. I have done work for the fire department in my community. I've worked in parks doing training. I've worked for a pharmaceutical company as their independent contracting trainer. And in each instance, the hiring person or the person in charge of the space did not ask me what kind of personal training certification I had. They instead asked me if I had personal training insurance. And this is because they want to know that they are protected just in case anything goes wrong. Because anything can go wrong in personal training or in fitness direction, whatever you want to call it. And personal training insurance is a very inexpensive thing to have. I think a lot of people are kind of scared away at the idea of it, but I don't pay more than $250 per year, and it covers me for quite a bit. So I'm going to give you a couple of resources and a couple of terms that you're going to want to look for. Now, the first term that you're going to look for on your insurance policy is going to be your general liability insurance. And that essentially covers you for slips and falls, that may happen in your workout venue. The next thing you're going to want to look for is professional liability insurance, and that essentially covers you for improper practice, negligence, omission of service. Omission of service meaning if someone needed CPR and you didn't give them CPR, they couldn't sue you for omitting that service. Essentially, that's what professional liability covers. It's all of the training that you do, the actual training. Other things that you want to look for in your policy are in the medical expenses, and you want to see how much a client can be covered for in each medical expense or injury expense that occurs. And that's the bare bones. That's the essentials of what you want to have in your personal training insurance. Now, I have to preface this by saying I do expect you to have personal training certifications, and all the insurance policies that I'm going to mention require you to have personal training certifications anyway. There are, I'm sure, a lot of companies that will insure you if you don't have your certification, but you want to do best by you, best by your clients, and best by the industry, and properly prepare yourself so you don't put yourself in a position to potentially hurt a client, as our first goal is to do no harm as fitness professionals. Moreover, I will tell you that while I've had people trip, while I've had people sprain ankles, in the time that I've had my boot camp or in personal training, I've never been sued. And part of it goes into the professionalism that you bring to your business, but the other part is you more than likely won't have a case brought against you unless it's gross negligence. However, you definitely need to have this if you want to get your foot into the door for somebody to allow you to work in their space. Now, what kind of personal training insurance do I have? Why did I choose it? What might you want? Now, I'll say that the kind that I have, I'm not necessarily promoting that you go with them. I'm just giving you an example. There are tons of resources for insurance, but I have no agreement with Markel Insurance Company. It just so happens that that's the kind that I use. Now, my insurance policy costs about $227 per year. All right, the $200 covers, it gives me $4 million of total aggregate coverage, and it has a limit of $5,000 of medical charges if somebody were to get hurt. Now, it also includes, and what you may want is the guarantee that you are covered for any kind of sexual assault or molestation charges. Mine has me covered for $100,000 per occurrence. Now, this is not to encourage you or not to give you the go to just do anything you want with your client, but maybe you have a personal training company, you may have hired a trainer, and you're not sure of who they are exactly as a person. You really never know who you have, so you have them for a while. So it might not be a bad idea to have that in place. That's in place with my Markel Insurance Company. The other thing is I paid an extra $25 to cover me for nutritional and supplemental counseling. Now, again, this is not advice to go beyond your scope of practice. I never really suggest anybody takes any kind of supplements, not even vitamins. Everything I usually go over is based on macronutrient breakdown and number of calories. But in terms of getting into specifics or recommending any kind of drugs or anything that I'm not confident in or that I wouldn't put in my own body, I'm more conservative when it comes to supplements, and I think you should be too. However, states have, depending on the state, more stringent laws on the types of nutritional counseling that you can give, even if it's as simple as stay away from sugar or stay away from cookies, because they don't want you to injure anybody. So I just took it upon myself to exercise that option as it's available, and I didn't find it on any other resource. So that's Markel Insurance Company. But if you're looking for a personal training insurance policy, look no further than your certifying authority. I'm certified by NSCA, I'm certified by ACE. I went to both of their websites, and they both offer personal training insurance. In terms of ACE, you can either get a 1-year policy or a 2-year policy. The 1-year policy ranges anywhere from $172 a year to $237 a year based on the type of coverage that you want. The 2-year policy ranges from $316 to $437, so you actually save more by buying a longer term policy. I went over to the NSCA website, and as you can see, they break down the limits of coverage and what you're covered for. And of course, they include numbers that you can call for information. A lot of these personal training certifying authorities partner with personal training insurance companies. So I went to insurepersonaltrainers.com, and as you can see on the left, they have insurance policy breakdowns for ACE, NASM, NFPT, NCSF, Scott Stroller, down the line, whatever certification you have, it has a specific policy for it. And you can essentially choose the rate that is best for you. So, if you don't have personal training insurance, it's a low-cost, high-benefit thing to have, especially if you're planning to venture off to go on your own. I'm not sure if there's anything else that you need in this video, but I just wanted to give you some resources for personal training insurance, and I'll include the link below. So, that's about it. Obviously, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, comment on this video below. Always, add me as a friend on Facebook, add me as a friend on Twitter, or follow me on Twitter. If you have any questions, the best way to reach me is through direct messaging in Twitter and personal messaging in Facebook. Share this video. Share this on Facebook, share this on Twitter, share this on Google+, share this on YouTube, share this wherever you can to help me get the word out to help trainers become better at being fitness professionals. And last but not least, if you just happen to stumble upon this video, subscribe to this channel as it is dedicated toward helping trainers. Essentially, I get my content from you guys. You guys ask me questions, I give it back to you in an organized fashion with all of my experience wrapped around it. So, keep the communication lines open, keep the questions coming, and I will keep the videos coming to you as long as you promise to. Remember to eat healthy, hydrate, drive safe. Stress levels over your best won't stop anybody. Love your clients, they will love you back. I will see you all tomorrow or the next day, and you have a good one.